Imagine standing on a primeval shore, countless millennia before any clock ticked or calendar marked the passage of a year. You watch as immense storm clouds gather, not just a fleeting shower, but a colossal atmospheric breath, shaping the very land beneath your feet with unimaginable power. These weren't merely rainfalls. They were sculptors, carving vast canyons from solid rock, grinding nascent mountains into fine dust, and filling the colossal basins that would become the first oceans. The wind, an invisible hand of immense force, pushed against the nascent continents, rearranging the planet's surface with patient, relentless intent. Scientists today, peering through layers of geological time, trace these ancient signatures, remnants of a world constantly remade by unseen currents and elemental forces. What force could command such power, capable of both creation and destruction, yet remain so utterly ephemeral, a whisper one moment, a roar the next? How could the sky hold such raw fury and such gentle caress in the same breath? A profound paradox woven into the very fabric of existence. This ancient, ceaseless dance, the very heartbeat of our world, continues its silent choreography above us, a language older than any spoken word. It is the atmosphere speaking, not just in gusts and whispers, but in the soft, persistent fall of snow, the dramatic, echoing clash of thunder, and the brilliant flash of lightning that once ignited the chemistry of early life. You feel its presence daily. A subtle shift in the air before a change, a distant rumble on the horizon promising transformation. Weather is not just a daily report or a fleeting moment. It is the planet's living memory, a profound story told in every intricate cloud formation, every shimmering drop of dew, and every shifting gust that stirs the leaves. It dictates the rhythm of life, from the smallest seed awakening in the soil to the grandest animal migration across continents. A constant, intricate ballet of energy, moisture, and temperature. It shapes our perceptions, our comfort, and our very existence. Tonight, we simply observe, letting the sky unfold its timeless, mesmerizing story around you. You move through the world, often unaware of the invisible forces that shape your every breath. Yet, above you, a colossal column of atmosphere presses down. Imagine the weight of 2 elephants, perhaps, constantly resting on your shoulders. Every second, this unseen burden amounts to over 10 tons, an astonishing pressure. In the 17th century, Evangelista Torricelli conducted curious mercury experiments. He offered the first tangible proof that air possessed measurable weight. Scientists still quietly debate this. How do subtle micropressure changes, often imperceptible, influence human mood and well-being? The air around you is not empty space. It is a vast, moving ocean of molecules, constantly shifting. These shifts occur with heat, gravity, and the passage of time. This constant, unseen embrace maintains a perfect balance. An invisible equilibrium exists within and around you, allowing you to move freely. You are held within this gentle, powerful embrace, often without sensing its immense presence. As you gaze upon the vast, ever-shifting canvas of the sky, consider the delicate architecture within its depths. Every single raindrop, a simple sphere of water, holds a complex genesis. It does not form from nothing, but nucleates around a microscopic particle, a tiny seed of dust or salt. These invisible nuclei can be volcanic ash, drifting pollen, or even fine crystals of sea salt lifted from distant oceans. Imagine the sky crafting luminous pearls from such fleeting motes. A fascinating discovery suggests some raindrops may even form around bacteria, exhaled by vast, breathing forests. Scientists actively debate the full extent of how these biological aerosols truly shape our rainfall cycles. Each drop that lands upon your skin represents the quiet culmination of an intricate story. It began in sunlight and drifted through countless miles of cloud. As you contemplate the vast breadth of the atmosphere, consider the unseen currents that carry life itself. The Earth's essential rhythm orchestrates through 4 silent movements: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and gentle flow. You might find it surprising that over 90% of rainfall evaporates again within mere days. Ancient texts once called rain tears of the gods, a poetic view now seen by vigilant satellites. This cycle, the planet's infinite heartbeat, is debated by scientists who question how rising global temperatures alter its delicate balance and future cadence. Allow yourself to drift into the quiet understanding of water's ceaseless journey, a fundamental pulse of our world. You have seen the sky display many wonders, yet some shifts carry a peculiar weight. Before severe storms descend, the sky can glow a strange, unnatural green, casting an eerie calm over the land. It is as if the very atmosphere holds its breath. Physicists largely believe this peculiar tint arises from sunlight, scattering through dense moisture within the storm clouds. The quirky theory, however, links it to suspended ice crystals refracting light near twilight. Scientists still quietly debate whether this green truly predicts tornadoes or is merely a dramatic atmospheric effect. In that spectral tint, the boundary between beauty and danger blurs, a silent warning written in color. Let this vibrant enigma gently settle in your thoughts. Beyond the quiet dance of atmospheric currents, you find another layer of weather's gentle embrace. The rhythmic patter of rain, a simple backdrop to your day, holds a surprising power to soothe the mind. Each descending drop, a tiny percussionist, strikes surfaces with a tone shaped by physics. These micro-vibrations, blending with low-frequency white noise, create a natural acoustic shield. This sonic tapestry can subtly mask the anxieties of human thought. In a curious finding, studies reveal that recorded rainfall can actually slow a person's heart rate. Scientists continue to ponder if this deep comfort is an evolutionary echo or purely an acoustic phenomenon. Perhaps in every gentle drizzle, nature composes a unique lullaby for the planet and for you. As you watch the clouds drift, they appear as weightless brushstrokes across the sky. Yet, a single cumulus cloud, that familiar fluffy form, can contain the astonishing mass of 100 elephants. This seemingly impossible feat unfolds through a delicate process. Warm air rises, cools, and then condenses into countless water droplets. Each droplet is far too light to fall. These tiny droplets are remarkably ephemeral. They appear and vanish constantly, lasting mere minutes before reforming. Scientists still quietly debate the intricate ways microscopic turbulence sustains these vast, delicate structures. In their fleeting grace, these skyborne forms mirror thought itself, ever shifting, dissolving, and returning anew. You witness a constant, silent dance, a subtle magic woven into the very fabric of our weather. You have felt the distant rumble, the air charged with an unseen tension. A single bolt of lightning heats the air to 30,000 degrees Celsius. This searing temperature is 5 times hotter than the sun's surface. It feels like the sky exhaling fire, a momentary searing breath. When this intense energy strikes sandy ground, it instantly melts the silica. This molten sand then forms intricate glass tubes, called fulgurites. These are lightning's fingerprints, etched into the earth itself. Ancient fulgurites have even revealed trapped gases, whispering secrets from atmospheres older than recorded history. Scientists still gently debate the complex ways electric fields trigger these powerful strikes. guiding them from storm clouds to the ground. Each flash writes a bright, violent signature across the sky's memory, a transient yet profound mark. Beyond the apparent calm, the air around you is never truly still. Our world breathes, a vast, invisible current flowing from mountain to ocean. This constant motion, wind, begins with the sun's uneven warmth, creating subtle pressure shifts across the land. Long ago, the quirky Beaufort scale measured wind not by speed, but by how it moved ships and bent trees. You might imagine the sails billowing, the branches swaying, offering a quiet poetry to its force. This unseen breath connects distant places, carrying pollen, seeds, and silent stories through the sky's vast, invisible highways. You are part of this endless flow. After witnessing the grand atmospheric dances, you might now consider the smallest strokes of the sky's artistry. Each snowflake descending is a singular, ephemeral wonder. No two are ever truly identical, yet every flake shares a profound, six-sided symmetry. Geometry, you might imagine, finds its most delicate poetry in the cold air. As water vapor freezes high above, subtle shifts in temperature and humidity meticulously sculpt each intricate branch. A quirky discovery reveals not all flakes are classic flat stars. Some form hollow columns or delicate needles. Scientists still quietly debate whether minute electrical charges subtly influence these precise crystalline designs. Each drifts as a fleeting masterpiece, its beauty often melting before the world can fully appreciate its whispered story. As you drift through the vast tapestry of atmospheric wonders, consider the sudden voice that follows a flash of light. Thunder, the very sound of a storm, is born from lightning's intense heat. A lightning bolt heats the air around it, reaching temperatures hotter than the sun's surface in an instant. This extreme rapid heating causes the air to expand explosively, creating a supersonic shockwave. You perceive this violent expansion as a sudden, sharp crack, quickly fading into a prolonged rumble. The gap between seeing the flash and hearing the roar reveals the storm's distance. Each 3-second delay suggests it is approximately 1 kilometer away. Yet, scientists still debate how temperature layers and terrain sculpt thunder's acoustic journey. These elements bend and distort its sound across vast distances. The storm's voice, therefore, carries hidden messages, waiting for you to decode its resonant syllables. As you drift through the atmosphere's gentle currents, observe how light itself paints wonders. A rainbow is not merely an arc, but a perfect circle of refracted sunlight. From the ground, you usually perceive only half, as if a vibrant spectrum hides below your horizon. Each tiny water droplet acts as a prism, bending light into precise angles. Red light emerges at 42 degrees. Violet at 40. Sometimes a fainter, second arc graces the sky. This double rainbow appears when light reflects twice inside the droplets. Scientists still ponder why some arcs display additional supernumerary bands, subtle echoes beyond the primary spectrum. Within every luminous display of weather, a deep equation waits, disguised as pure wonder. As the desert sun retreats, a profound shift in the air begins. You might feel the desert's warmth rise as the sun dips below the horizon, drawn upward by rapidly cooling night air. This subtle inversion happens when the ground radiates its stored heat into the darkening sky. It is as if the earth itself sighs through the dust, releasing its daytime memories into the vast expanse. This atmospheric exchange creates the shimmering mirages you sometimes glimpse on distant horizons. Scientists also observe unique adaptations, like certain lizards that gather fog condensed on their backs for precious hydration during these chilly desert nights. The way these temperature inversions affect sound's journey across the dunes remains a quiet subject of scientific debate. The night air of deserts holds both silence and science, moving softly through grains of time. After the vastness of the sky, sometimes the sky itself descends. You find yourself enveloped by fog, a cloud that simply forgot its ascent. It blankets valleys and coastlines, erasing the familiar contours of your world. Distances dissolve, shortening your gaze to mere soft meters. In such density, sound behaves differently. Sailors once relied on the deep, resonant calls of foghorns. Their low tones traveled farther through the heavy, moist air, a vital guide through the unseen. Scientists observe how microscopic pollution particles can alter this delicate balance. They influence how fog forms and persists, a subtle dance between human activity and atmospheric conditions. Within its hush, cities find a strange quiet, their usual rush subdued. Even light takes on a sleepy quality, scattering into a dreamlike glow, transforming the ordinary into something ethereal. You drift through this softened world, where every edge blurs and the very air invites you to slow down, to simply be. You might not always sense it, but the vast blue expanse holds the very breath of our atmosphere. Consider that more than 70% of the rain falling across the earth first ascends as vapor from the sea. It is as if the oceans themselves exhale the weather you experience. Waves ceaselessly churn, launching countless droplets into the air, seeding clouds that drift to distant continents. A quirky truth reveals that even microscopic plankton contribute, releasing gases that become the tiny nuclei around which raindrops form. Scientists continue to ponder the full extent of how this marine biology subtly influences global climate patterns. The ocean and the atmosphere engage in an endless, intricate dance, exchanging breath like silent partners in a grand, invisible waltz. This profound connection quietly shapes the world around you, even as you sleep. Sometimes, the most profound cold can first deceive you with a strange, fleeting warmth. This sensation marks your body's profound decision. Blood retreats from your skin, a vital sacrifice to shield your core organs. This internal withdrawal, a silent act of survival, is how frostbite begins its slow, precise work. When the air plunges below -20 degrees Celsius, moisture freezes almost instantly. You might find delicate ice crystals forming on your eyelashes, like a shimmering, temporary adornment. Curiously, at these extreme temperatures, even soap bubbles have been observed to solidify mid-air, transforming into fragile, iridescent spheres before they can touch the ground. Researchers continue to explore why frost patterns manifest differently on organic surfaces, a subtle mystery in the physics of freezing. This deep, unyielding cold, while perilous, also reveals an unexpected artistry in the world around you, a stark beauty born from stillness and extreme conditions. Even as you explore the atmosphere's gentle rhythms, some weather secrets demand a closer look at its most violent expressions. Modern meteorologists, often called storm hunters, actively pursue tornadoes, venturing into their churning paths. They deploy sensors to measure internal wind speeds exceeding 300 kilometers per hour. You might find it fascinating that vivid, swirling color maps from early Doppler radar once inspired abstract artists. Scientists still debate how warm downdrafts contribute to sustaining a tornado's intense core, a subtle energy within the storm's furious heart. This dedicated pursuit reveals less about fear and more a deep reverence for nature's raw power, inviting you to quietly observe physics unfolding. You might sense a profound stillness descending. A quiet hush settles before the sky truly decides its next move. The wind, which moments ago whispered through the trees, might suddenly vanish. The air around you grows heavy and thick. A subtle drop in pressure often accompanies this, an almost imperceptible shift. You might even detect a faint, metallic scent, like fresh ozone. This peculiar, atmospheric whisper suggests distant electrical stirrings. Many believe animals possess an ancient intuition for these shifts, falling silent or seeking cover. Scientists still gently debate the exact ways creatures perceive such subtle environmental cues. This deep, shared quiet remains a fascinating point of study within the vast tapestry of weather. It is a pause not of emptiness, but of deep anticipation. The world simply holds its breath for what is to come. You might often watch the clouds, soft brushstrokes moving across the vast canvas of the sky. Yet, beyond these familiar formations, the atmosphere holds a deeper, more dynamic secret. Imagine rivers, not carved into the earth, but flowing invisibly high above you, vast currents of moisture. These are atmospheric rivers, narrow bands of vapor that silently transport staggering amounts of water across entire continents. Some aerial streams can carry more liquid at any given moment than the Amazon River itself, a truly humbling thought. One intriguing study even traced a single vapor stream, journeying from the warm Pacific Ocean to the icy Arctic. Scientists quietly debate how a warming climate might strengthen these aerial floods, altering rainfall patterns and shaping future weather. The air above you, therefore, holds these hidden rivers, patiently waiting for their moment to descend and nourish the world below. You observe the planet's breath, a slow rhythm of absence and abundance. Weather often acts as memory, swinging between the parched earth of drought and the erasing waters of flood. Within the rings of ancient trees, a hidden chronicle unfolds. Each growth line records centuries of rainfall, etched like grooves on a timeless vinyl. Scientists meticulously study these natural archives, debating whether current weather oscillations truly exceed Earth's historical variability. It reveals a profound planetary resilience, where cycles of ruin ultimately pave the way for restoration. You sense the deep, enduring story woven into every drop and every dry spell. You might believe silence defines the frozen world, a quiet, deep within the weather's embrace. Yet, even here, an unexpected sound can emerge. In certain desolate deserts, you discover snow that refuses to be still. When disturbed, this dry snow emits soft, musical tones. It is as if winter itself hums a low, resonant melody underfoot. This delicate music arises from the synchronized vibrations of countless tiny ice crystals. Imagine Antarctica's vast frozen dunes. There, blizzards can produce distinct notes, sometimes near 200 hertz. Scientists still debate why only specific humidity levels enable this fragile phenomenon. In its fleeting melody, the very air, frozen and light, becomes both composer and performer. It crafts an ephemeral symphony for your quiet contemplation. You might feel the gentle coolness of a cloud's shadow passing overhead. Yet within that ethereal mist, a profound energy stirs. Unseen, water vapor, when it condenses into liquid droplets, releases latent heat. This hidden warmth then powers the atmosphere, fueling its grand movements. Imagine clouds as silent engines. Their soft exteriors conceal a powerful, unseen force, much like fire hidden behind softness. A single hurricane can draw thousands of terajoules from this condensation alone. That energy output rivals hundreds of power plants. Scientists still debate the intricate feedback loops, pondering how this warmth magnifies a cyclone's fury. Consider, then, the quiet power held within each passing cloud. It is a testament to the weather's deep, unseen currents. As the atmosphere breathes its endless cycles, you sense the immense power held within its movements. Over warm ocean waters, a vast spiral begins to form, drawing energy upwards. This is how a hurricane is born, a colossal weather system turning counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere, as if the planet itself breathes in circles. You might imagine the swirling chaos, yet deep within its heart, an unexpected calm resides. Inside the hurricane's eye, winds briefly quiet. Atmospheric pressure drops dramatically, and sunlight can return to touch the waves. It is a tranquil, deceiving core, a peculiar detail. The sea foam whipped by these powerful waves can sometimes travel hundreds of kilometers inland, carried by the storm's embrace. Scientists still quietly debate whether smaller, intense vortexes within the eye wall itself truly govern the storm's ultimate intensity. In this grand rotation, you find both immense destruction and a captivating, hypnotic symmetry. You have often watched the sky's shifting canvas, a familiar dome above you. Yet, the deep blue you perceive is not a pigment residing within the air itself. Instead, it is sunlight, a spectrum of all colors, scattered by the tiny molecules that compose our atmosphere. This phenomenon means the sky's color lives in direction and perception, not in any inherent substance. As the sun dips low on the horizon, its light embarks on a longer journey through more of Earth's atmosphere to reach your eyes. During this extended traverse, the shorter blue wavelengths are scattered away, leaving the longer, warmer reds and oranges to dominate the twilight spectacle. Imagine the sky as a vast prism, constantly bending and revealing light's true nature. Decades ago, ingenious scientists even recreated miniature sunsets in laboratory tanks, using lasers and carefully controlled particles to mimic the atmospheric dance of light. Today, researchers continue to explore how increasing aerosols and pollutants might subtly alter these ancient sky hues, adding new layers to the canvas you observe each day. Every evening's breathtaking glow is a quiet reminder that the most profound beauty is often physics slowed down, transforming into wonder before your very eyes. You might notice how the world sounds different on a still morning compared to a blustery afternoon. Every whisper, every distant rumble, travels to you through the shifting canvas of the air. Sometimes, a distant thunderclap simply vanishes, swallowed by an invisible barrier. Scientists call this an acoustic shadow, a curious phenomenon where layers of temperature and wind bend sound waves away from your ears. Yet the precise mechanics of how turbulence redirects these waves still sparks lively debate. It feels as though the very atmosphere becomes a sculptor, shaping not just what you see, but what you hear, painting sound in shifting lines of pressure. Even silence, then, holds the subtle signature of the weather, a quiet testament to the air's unseen artistry as you drift. You might perceive weather as a fleeting dance of clouds and currents, shaping only the immediate atmosphere. Yet, its grandest, most patient artistry lies in the slow, deliberate work of ice. Glaciers, colossal rivers of frozen water, sculpt the very mountains you see, advancing just a few centimeters each day. They carve terrain the way liquid rivers etch valleys, but with an immense, unyielding pressure. It feels as though time itself has taken solid form, dragging massive stones beneath its weight. These stones grind against bedrock, polishing vast expanses into surprisingly mirrored surfaces, a testament to enduring geological force. You witness the Earth's deep memory, slowly etched into stone by the architects of ice. Beyond the visible grandeur, a hidden world thrives within the ice itself. Scientists have made a quirky finding. Microscopic life exists within glacial ice, surviving for centuries in unimaginable scarcity. These tiny ecosystems persist, encased in ancient layers where sunlight never penetrates. Yet their energy sources remain a profound mystery. Scientists still debate how these microscopic communities endure such extreme conditions, challenging our fundamental understanding of life's boundaries and survival mechanisms. They are truly enduring. You glimpse the unexpected tenacity of existence, nestled deep within the cold, silent depths of the frozen world. Each glacier is more than just frozen water. It is a profound library. These colossal ice bodies hold an archive of Earth's past, meticulously preserving atmospheric history within their layers. Imagine each layer as a frozen chapter of Earth's weather, written in shades of blue light. Trapped within are ancient air bubbles, dust from long-ago storms, and even volcanic ash. By studying these ice cores, you can read thousands of years of climate data, understanding shifts in temperature and atmospheric composition. You peer into the planet's vast memory, held captive in crystal. If you gaze into a deep crevasse, you might notice an otherworldly glow. The profound blue light emanating from glacial ice is not merely a reflection but a consequence of its immense density. As sunlight penetrates dense ice, the longer wavelengths, like reds and yellows, are absorbed. Only the shorter, blue wavelengths scatter back to your eyes. This optical phenomenon creates a deep, ethereal sapphire hue, a visual signature of ancient compressed snow, hinting at its age and purity. You are immersed in a color born of pressure and time, a silent whisper from the planet's heart. The world unfolds in whispers of ice and light, a slow symphony of Earth's enduring story. A particular fragrance often heralds the arrival of rain, especially after dry spells. This distinct aroma, known as petrichor, arises from plant oils and soil bacteria, notably a compound called geosmin. It feels like the earth itself, exhaling a deep, satisfied breath after a long thirst. One fascinating experiment filmed this process at 2,000 frames per second. It revealed how tiny aerosols, laden with scent, launch into the air as raindrops burst on surfaces. Scientists still gently debate the intricate ways human memory ties this ancient, earthy smell to feelings of profound calm and deep peace. Every shower quietly renews this oldest sensory link, a timeless whisper connecting the vast sky to the waiting soil beneath your feet. Sometimes, the very air around you plays tricks on your perception. Light bends in unexpected ways. When hot air lies close to the ground, light from distant objects curves upward. This creates shimmering illusions of water, known as an inferior mirage. You might imagine explorers once misled by these phantom lakes, guided by the desert's silent dreams. Over cold seas, superior mirages can invert entire ships. They hang suspended upside down above the horizon, a truly uncanny sight. Scientists still delve into how micro-temperature gradients precisely fine-tune these ethereal images. The sky itself becomes a complex, living lens. Thus, weather reminds you that truth can ripple with heat and cold. It transforms the very world you perceive into a fleeting wonder. You have journeyed through the sky's gentle whispers and its roaring winds. Now, witness a spectacle where Earth itself breathes fire and electricity. Deep within a volcanic ash cloud, a rare and powerful lightning ignites, a phenomenon known as a dirty storm. This dramatic display arises from countless ash particles colliding, building immense static charge. Imagine silent forks of fire tearing through the dark, briefly turning night to day. A quirky photograph from Chile once captured hundreds of bolts during a single eruption, a stunning display of raw power. Scientists still quietly debate how altitude and moisture precisely affect these fiery atmospheric events. In that fusion of fire and ice, You sense creation and destruction sharing the same electrifying spark. You sense the invisible currents of the air, yet another unseen force shapes the very oceans. Far above, a celestial companion orchestrates a liquid ballet across our planet. The moon's gravitational embrace tugs at Earth's waters. This creates the rhythmic rise and fall of tides you witness along every coastline. Twice daily, the ocean swells towards this distant orb, then recedes in an ancient breath. This lunar pull is so profound it subtly alters the atmospheric pressure around you. A quirky measurement reveals a whisper of change with each lunar phase. Scientists still ponder whether these minute shifts in air's weight might influence rainfall. This quiet debate unfolds within the grander symphony of the sky, as if the moon attempts to sway the very clouds. Consider how a distant light choreographs such vast, deep movements. It is a constant, silent conversation between the cosmos and your world's weather. You might imagine a frozen land to be perpetually damp. Yet Antarctica stands as the driest continent on Earth. It receives less annual snowfall than the Sahara Desert experiences in rainfall. A stark and unexpected reality. Imagine a vast white expanse where moisture rarely touches the ground in significant measure. Here, winds can rage beyond 320 kilometers per hour, shaping the surface into ethereal dunes of powdered frost. Beneath kilometers of this ice, a quirky discovery revealed vast, subglacial lakes, kept liquid by the Earth's own geothermal warmth. Scientists still ponder how ancient microbes persist in these sealed, timeless worlds, hidden for millions of years. In this profound, cold desert, the silence itself feels like a palpable presence, a deep hum beneath the frozen surface, holding secrets you can almost hear. You might consider the grand sweeping forces that carve the weather, yet many of its secrets unfold in quiet, living processes. Deep within the emerald hush of a forest, an unseen breath rises. Trees exhale moisture, a gentle, continuous vapor that seeds the clouds above them. It is as though each leaf whispers rain back into the sky through tiny, unseen pores, crafting local halos of humidity. You might recall a striking satellite image that once revealed vast plumes of water vapor stretching from the Amazon basin, ascending into the distant atmosphere. Scientists continue to softly debate how extensive deforestation might subtly alter continental rainfall, shifting a delicate, global balance. Every forest is not only profoundly alive, it is breathing weather into existence, a vital, quiet rhythm you rarely perceive. Imagine a profound stillness, found at the very center of a swirling tempest. This tranquil space, known as the eye, offers an unexpected sanctuary from the storm's fury. Within this core, winds can fall to near calm, while sunlight sometimes pierces through. You might even observe birds in flight, unaware of the chaos encircling them. Pilots have shared quirky reports of the towering cloud walls. They describe them glowing with an ethereal turquoise hue, lit by internal lightning. Yet, scientists continue to debate how these fragile eye walls maintain their delicate balance. This calm center reminds you that peace and fury often coexist. You might imagine weather as a phenomenon confined to our blue planet. Yet, far beyond our atmosphere, colossal storms rage, dwarfing anything seen on Earth. On Jupiter, a single tempest, known as the Great Red Spot, could easily swallow our entire world. This immense vortex has churned for centuries, its enduring power fueled by chemistry still largely unknown to scientists. Consider Neptune, for instance. There, winds whip across its surface at 2,000 kilometers per hour, the fastest recorded in our solar system. Scientists still debate how such extreme atmospheric events persist for so long. They lack the familiar solar cycles that drive our own weather. It is as if the universe itself breathes, its exhalations manifesting as these magnificent alien tempests. Allow yourself to drift into the contemplation of such vast, enduring forces. Just as unseen currents shape the air, invisible forces sculpt the distant reaches of our atmosphere. Imagine a vast, shimmering canvas unfurling high above the frozen poles. Here, the aurora ignites, a display born from the sun's distant breath. Solar winds, carrying charged particles, journey across space to meet Earth's magnetic field. When these particles collide with atmospheric gases, they excite them, glowing with an otherworldly luminescence. You witness ethereal curtains of green and violet light ripple across the darkened sky. It is as if the heavens themselves are performing a silent cosmic ballet. A curious phenomenon involves faint, crackling sounds reported during strong auroral displays. Scientists still debate the precise cause of these rare audible tones. They might stem from electromagnetic discharges near the ground. Why only certain auroras choose to whisper their secrets remains a mystery. This magnificent spectacle transforms the raw power of space weather into an ephemeral work of art. It is a quiet symphony playing out for you in the polar night. You feel the subtle shift in the air, a whisper of what is to come, yet much of weather's grand design remains unseen. Indeed, the air around you holds vast, unseen rivers of moisture. They flow silently across continents, stretching for thousands of kilometers. These atmospheric currents carry a volume of water equal to several Amazon rivers. It is as though the sky itself hides secret waterways, feeding distant storms. One phenomenon, the Pineapple Express, channels tropical vapor to California. Scientists still explore how shifting ocean temperatures might alter their paths and intensity. Invisible though they are, these rivers quietly govern floods and droughts alike, shaping your world in profound, often unseen ways. You might notice how the very air around you shifts as you move from a quiet park into the urban heart. Within city limits, concrete canyons and glass towers absorb the sun's energy, creating distinct microclimates. These urban heat islands often raise local temperatures by several degrees compared to the cooler countryside. It feels as if cities forge their own unique weather, a thermal signature woven into their very fabric. Innovative projects, like turning rooftops into verdant gardens, offer quirky solutions to cool entire neighborhoods. Yet, scientists still ponder how these intricate urban landscapes truly influence rainfall and wind patterns. In each skyscraper's shimmering reflection, you witness climate adapting to human rhythm. This hints at our potential to shape a cooler, more harmonious urban future. As moisture rises into the atmospheric currents, it sometimes encounters a profound transformation. You might observe raindrops, carried upwards by powerful updrafts, repeatedly freezing and gathering new layers of ice. This process creates hail, forming icy spheres that grow larger with each ascent and descent through frigid air. Imagine these stones as miniature planets, each a unique record of its turbulent journey. Some can grow surprisingly large, occasionally reaching 15 centimeters across, falling with a significant, even deadly weight. Within these icy cores, you might discern concentric rings. Each ring marks another passage through the storm's freezing embrace, much like the growth rings of an ancient tree. Scientists still debate the precise altitude where these icy sculptures finally cease their growth. In these frozen spheres, the sky's chaotic energy crystallizes into a tangible, beautiful order. You witness the cold touch of the upper atmosphere, shaping impact into a fleeting, icy art. You feel the hush descend as snow begins its quiet fall, a gentle blanket settling over the landscape without a breath of wind. This weather event transforms your auditory world, absorbing acoustic energy and noticeably lowering the ambient noise by several decibels. It is as if the very air around you decides to hold its breath, muting the usual symphony of daily life. Consider a quirky measurement revealing that fresh, undisturbed powder can muffle your footsteps more effectively than many commercial soundproofing materials. Scientists continue to debate the precise impact of individual flake shapes on this remarkable absorption, seeking to understand its subtle physics. Each unique crystal, a tiny architectural marvel, contributes to this widespread, natural sound dampening. Every such snowfall extends an invitation for the planet to whisper instead of roar, wrapping all familiar sounds in an extraordinary, profound stillness. You find yourself enveloped in a quietude that feels both ancient and deeply personal. You might imagine certain landscapes as utterly barren, stripped of life by relentless sun and wind. Yet, a quiet shift in the atmosphere, a brief, gentle rain, can awaken decades of slumber. In Chile's Atacama Desert, for instance, this phenomenon unfolds every few years. Valleys previously stark and silent burst into vibrant tapestries of violet and yellow. It is as if the parched earth remembers a deep, ancestral promise of life, held within countless seeds. Scientists still meticulously observe how specific humidity thresholds, often subtle and fleeting, trigger this extraordinary awakening. This ephemeral beauty, born from patience and precise atmospheric conditions, reminds you of weather's subtle power. Even the most desolate places hold profound secrets. Waiting for its gentle cue, the desert's rain becomes a quiet lesson, a testament to endurance. It reveals life's persistent whisper in the most unexpected moments. You might watch clouds drift, or marvel at a sunset's glow, believing you see all the sky has to offer. Beyond your perception, the atmosphere holds secrets, a silent language spoken in light. Even when the sun dips below the horizon, or stars remain veiled, countless creatures find their way. Birds and insects possess an innate ability to read polarized light patterns, an invisible celestial map guiding their journeys. Imagine the vast dome above you as a subtle canvas, etched with directional bands invisible to human eyes. These ethereal ribbons of light, formed by atmospheric scattering, crisscross the firmament like a constant, silent compass. A unique experimental camera once managed to glimpse these elusive patterns at twilight, capturing their delicate, crisscrossing presence. Yet, scientists still debate the precise neural mechanisms by which these tiny navigators decode such intricate signals. The air itself, a fluid medium of weather and light, transforms into a living chart, revealing pathways etched far beyond your waking vision. Just as air currents carry unseen stories, so too does the very water around you hold echoes of deep time. Every raindrop you feel has cycled through the planet countless times. It embarks on an endless journey from ocean to cloud, then river, and back again. This makes water Earth's most ancient traveler, each molecule a tiny record keeper. A quirky isotope study once tracked molecules from mountain snow all the way to distant seas. Scientists now observe how global warming threatens these age-old patterns. It alters the very timeline of water's perpetual dance across the globe. Consider that within each drop lies a history, ancient, recycled, and ever new, ready for its next silent chapter. As the first hint of dawn touches the horizon, a distinct breath stirs the planet. Cool air, heavy from the night, settles low to the ground. Meanwhile, the sun's first warmth begins to lift lighter, warmer currents, creating a delicate interplay. This atmospheric dance feels like the planet itself stretching awake, a slow, deliberate movement, You might notice morning fog dissolving into shimmering dew as sunlight scatters through its droplets, revealing the world anew. A curious observation reveals that bird songs often synchronize with these precise temperature shifts. Almost as if nature's orchestra tunes itself, scientists, ever curious, still debate whether these early wind patterns play a significant role in the silent, vital process of pollination. Dawn's first air carries both the memory of night and the quiet, unfolding promise of the day to come. You might observe a storm gathering on the distant horizon, a silent, powerful force. Each lightning bolt you then witness is utterly unique, a fleeting signature across the sky. Its intricate branching patterns seem to follow the elegant rules of fractal geometry. It is as if chaos itself has learned a profound, symmetrical language for a brief moment. Every strike seeks the path of least resistance through the layered, invisible air. A curious computer model suggested lightning behaves like tree roots growing upward. Scientists still quietly debate why some bolts appear curved in slow motion. Each flash is a brief, luminous sketch by physics, erased before your eyes can fully comprehend its shape. Sometimes, following the whispers of the wind, you might feel a tropical rain shower that seems surprisingly warm against your skin. This sensation creates a gentle paradox. These drops begin their journey high within clouds, where temperatures often remain below freezing. Yet, as they descend, tiny forces begin to alter their chill. The friction of air against each falling droplet, combined with subtle evaporation, imparts a slight warmth. It is a sky-born memory of heat. A quirky aircraft study once measured these temperature differences at only a few tenths of a degree. Scientists still debate how such subtle warmth might influence the formation of vast, powerful storms. You are reminded that even the smallest contrasts within the weather's grand design can lead to effects of profound scale. Beneath the darkening sky, a different kind of energy silently gathers. Within the heart of a thundercloud, countless ice crystals and water droplets are in a constant, unseen dance. These microscopic collisions create friction, gradually separating positive and negative electrical charges. It is as if gravity itself grinds sparks from the vapor, building an immense potential across the cloud's vast expanse. Early, quirky experiments used balloons to detect electrical fields exceeding 100,000 volts, a staggering force. Scientists still quietly debate the precise conditions. They wonder why only certain clouds unleash their stored power as brilliant lightning. You sense this unseen power humming, a quiet tension within the storm waiting for its moment of luminous release. You sense the subtle lean of Earth, a cosmic dance dictating the rhythm of your world. This gentle inclination, roughly 23.5 degrees from its orbital plane, orchestrates the shifting sunlight. It brings you spring's bloom, or winter's hush, a planet's fundamental weather choreography. Over vast spans of geological time, Earth's axial tilt actually wobbles. This slow, grand oscillation, part of the Milankovitch cycles, subtly reshapes the strength of monsoons. It also influences the ebb and flow of ice ages across continents. Scientists still debate how these deep-time influences interact with present-day climate changes, making future patterns a complex tapestry. Consider this ancient planetary sway. It is a silent breath shaping the very air you breathe, endlessly repeating, yet always unique. You have witnessed how light plays across the atmosphere, painting the sky with fleeting beauty. Sometimes, this atmospheric dance creates ethereal rings around the Sunday. These sun halos appear when ice crystals, suspended high in the cold upper atmosphere, bend sunlight. It is as though the sky itself wears jewelry of frost, delicate rings of light adorning the vast expanse. You might even encounter rare triple halos, a phenomenon documented across the skies of Scandinavia, where multiple concentric circles shimmer into view. Scientists still ponder the precise orientation of these tiny ice crystals. They debate how their geometry filters each ray, especially when temperatures plunge to extreme lows. Each halo is a silent reminder that even the deepest cold can shimmer with an unexpected, gentle fire. Inviting your gaze upward, you might sense the air itself, holding a memory of distant lands, a warmth carried on invisible currents. Across sun-baked landscapes, hot, dry winds begin their journey, like Earth exhaling heat in long, slow sighs. These powerful currents, known as sirocco or kamsin in different regions, lift millions of tons of fine desert sand. This colossal airborne cargo travels across oceans, fertilizing distant forests with vital minerals. A quirky satellite image once captured Saharan dust, stretching thousands of miles to reach the Amazon rainforest. Scientists continue to debate the precise impact these vast atmospheric exchanges have on global carbon cycles. Even deserts, in their desolate beauty, share nourishment through the air's invisible trade routes, connecting continents. As you breathe softly, you might imagine weather as purely ephemeral, a passing cloud or a sudden gust that leaves no lasting trace. Yet, the sky often writes its story in hidden ways. Consider the quiet, enduring legacy of thunderstorms, especially lightning's fierce brilliance. Each electrical strike, a momentary atmospheric rupture, imprints a chemical signature deep within the soil. Scientists observe that areas frequently touched by lightning accumulate unique nitrate compounds in the earth. It is as though storms sign their elemental names into the ground beneath you. A remarkable core sample from Africa once unveiled centuries of alternating wet and dry periods, perfectly preserved in these chemical layers. This deep history, etched by celestial fire, sparks ongoing debate among researchers. How did this natural fertilization, this constant showering of nitrogen, truly shape early, fragile ecosystems? Every flash, every distant rumble, contributes more than a passing spectacle. It weaves a lasting legacy into the silent narratives of every root and every grain, inviting you to discern the Earth's quiet memory. As you gaze upward, the sky often holds more than just a tranquil blue. Within its depths, colossal clouds can form, known as cumulonimbus, towering up to 20 kilometers, their peaks scraping the stratosphere like floating mountains. Each of these atmospheric giants can hold billions of tons of water vapor. Satellite imagery has even captured lightning flashing within their cores, appearing like the slow, powerful heartbeats of an unseen leviathan. Yet, scientists continue to explore the intricate internal updrafts that sustain these massive, complex systems. These clouds remain monuments sculpted from vapor and heat, marking moments of both immense creation and dramatic release. You simply watch them drift, silent and grand. You might sometimes sense winter's presence, a whispered chill in the air, even when the ground beneath your feet remains perfectly dry. High above, a silent snowfall can begin its journey, yet its delicate flakes never quite reach the earth below. This ethereal event, known as virga, sees precipitation vanish into thin air, as if winter hovers in secret, unwilling to fully descend. A quirky pilot once reported seeing sunlight glinting off these invisible curtains of ice, a shimmering ghost of a storm playing across the horizon. Scientists still ponder how these evaporating veils of ice might influence the cooling of vast desert skies, a subtle dance of energy exchange that reshapes the atmosphere. It is precipitation without a rival, a quiet rehearsal for rain that simply dissolves, leaving only a memory of moisture suspended within the vast open sky. Continuing our journey through the atmosphere's grand designs, you find a rhythm so profound it shapes continents. The monsoon, a colossal breath of our planet, draws warm ocean air inland, sustaining billions across Asia. It is as if an entire continent inhales deeply. This vast migration of air, far from a storm, faithfully returns each year, orchestrating life. Ancient traders, remarkably, once timed their crucial sea voyages by its predictable, powerful pulse. Yet, scientists today still quietly debate how human deforestation might subtly alter this delicate, vital weather cycle. You sense the immense, unseen forces at play, a silent, steady beat within the world's grand atmospheric dance. From gentle rain that nourishes the earth, you might look up to find the sky ablaze with cold fire. Circumhorizontal arcs, often whispered about as fire rainbows, emerge when sunlight pierces high-altitude cirrus clouds. Imagine a spectrum of color, stretched flat and parallel to the horizon. It forms a frozen flame across the heavens. One rare instance saw a magnificent double arc shimmer above Alaska, captivating observers for almost an hour. Scientists still ponder the subtle dance of humidity layers within these clouds. They seek to understand their precise influence on the arc's vivid clarity. It feels as though flames, born of ice, burn softly across the vast canvas of the sky. Such fleeting spectacles remind you that even intense elements, like fire, can glow gently. They offer an ethereal light, filtered through the air's delicate veil. As you gaze upward, beyond the clouds, an invisible river of air flows with immense power. These are the jet streams, high-altitude winds that can reach speeds exceeding 250 miles per hour. They guide vast weather systems across continents, a colossal, silent current far above the land you inhabit. Pilots during World War II first encountered these powerful currents. Their planes unexpectedly slowed or accelerated. This accidental discovery unveiled Earth's atmospheric highways, a crucial layer in global weather. Today, scientists observe how a warming planet might subtly distort these vital, restless flows. Such shifts could alter the very architecture of global weather patterns, a subject of ongoing debate. Within these shifting aerial pathways lies a profound influence on your daily experience of sun and storm. It is a constant, silent dance in the sky, shaping the world below. You might imagine Earth's deep rumblings rarely touch the air above, yet they profoundly shape your weather. Indeed, when a powerful volcano exhales, it can send vast plumes of ash and gases, soaring high into the stratosphere, miles above where clouds typically form. This atmospheric veil then gently dims the sunlight, reaching your world for months, sometimes even years. Consider the peculiar year of 1816, famously called the Year Without a Summer, when frost fell in June across parts of Europe and North America. This chilling anomaly was largely traced to the colossal eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia the previous year, a reminder of Earth's powerful breath. Even now, scientists continue to quietly debate the intricate ways these volcanic aerosols can subtly shift the powerful currents of the jet stream, guiding storms and sunshine across continents. Each colossal plume, a mix of destruction and renewal, sculpts the temperature and patterns of your sky, a silent, ash-born whisper from deep within our planet. You have witnessed the sky's profound transformation before a storm arrives. Its familiar blue canvas subtly yields to deeper, more mysterious shades of gray. This occurs because countless water droplets begin to scatter light differently. It is as though the very daylight thickens into a luminous, shifting veil. Then, when lightning flashes across the expanse, those same clouds momentarily glow from within, revealing a transient, internal brilliance. A quirky camera sequence once caught fleeting green halos, dancing like spirits above storm tops. Scientists still debate how water droplet size truly alters these ethereal hues, adding layers to the storm's silent artistry. Every storm thus paints its own unique portrait, a masterpiece woven from dynamic motion, hidden heat, and a quiet palette of secret colors. As you gaze across sun-baked asphalt, distant scenes often ripple, as if the very air has begun to melt. This optical illusion, known as a mirage, forms when intense heat creates layers of air with different densities. These layers subtly bend light rays before they reach your eyes. You witness reality subtly stretched, a visual echo of the heat rising from the ground. Historically, curious optical tests even mapped invisible temperature gradients by precisely measuring how much light was distorted. Yet, scientists still ponder the full impact of these micro-refractions on driver perception. They question if the ghost of heat truly alters our judgment. The warmth reveals its presence not with a sound or a touch, but through this silent, captivating deception. It invites you to simply observe as you drift through the atmosphere's gentle currents. Sometimes its breath deepens. You might hear whispers of typhoons in one hemisphere and cyclones in another, yet these are merely different names for the same vast, rotating weather system. Warm ocean waters fuel these colossal spirals, drawing energy upwards, creating a vortex that can stretch for hundreds of miles across the sea. Curiously, beneath their churning surface, scientists have observed vibrant plankton blooms, often trailing in their wake, like a hidden garden nurtured by the storm's passage. This unexpected surge of life sparks ongoing debate. Do these nutrient-rich upwellings truly balance the immense destructive power unleashed by such oceanic tempests? It suggests that even the most powerful chaos, given the vastness of oceanic time, can inadvertently sow seeds of renewal. The ocean's fury, therefore, carries a complex promise, a silent rhythm of destruction and rebirth beneath the waves. As the deep hues of sunset soften and fade, you might anticipate the sky turning completely dark. Yet, sometimes, a different kind of glow appears, far above where regular clouds ever form. These are noctilucent clouds, the highest known in our atmosphere, shimmering with a ghostly silver-blue light. They catch the distant sunlight from below the horizon, long after sunset has ended. Formed from tiny ice crystals gathering around meteoric dust, they drift at the very edge of space, some 50 miles high. Astronauts have captured their breathtaking beauty, like ethereal silver waves across the deepening night. Scientists observe their increasing frequency, still debating a potential link to our changing global climate. These luminous veils offer a gentle reminder that even in darkness, reflections of day can persist, softly illuminating your thoughts. You might imagine winter's silence unbroken, a hushed world beneath falling snow. Yet, sometimes, the sky ignites with a rare phenomenon: thunder snow, lightning flashes during a blizzard, a startling contrast. This rare event occurs when cold and warm air layers collide. Electrical charges then build within the snow clouds. A quirky case in Japan once recorded 30 flashes during a single blizzard. Scientists still debate how crystal density affects this discharge. They study how ice shapes influence the powerful bolts. It feels as if winter briefly remembers summer's fiery voice. Each bright bolt against white silence shows even cold can spark fire. You witness weather's hidden power, a startling display in its coldest embrace. You might not perceive the vast unseen journeys within our atmosphere, yet distant lands are constantly exchanging vital elements. Each year, a colossal plume of Saharan dust, embarks on an incredible voyage, carried by winds across the Atlantic Ocean. These clouds of fine particles span distances greater than continents, traveling thousands of kilometers. This invisible rain of particles brings essential minerals to the Amazon rainforest, nourishing its vibrant life. It feels as though barren deserts are donating life to lush jungles. An ancient, improbable exchange. A fascinating discovery revealed that this very dust can alter hurricane formation, cooling surface waters, and sometimes weakening these powerful storms. Scientists still actively debate how this immense, ancient cycle evolved, its mechanisms woven into Earth's deep past. Perhaps every microscopic grain that floats carries a quiet memory of mountains long vanished, a whisper of geological time. Consider the silent journey of these tiny specks, connecting worlds across an ocean of air. Sometimes you feel a chill that seems to come from the very edges of the world. These distant shivers arise when polar vortices, normally trapping frigid air over the Earth's poles, occasionally loosen their grip. It feels as if the planet itself exhales a deep, wintry breath. Jet streams, those rivers of wind circling the globe, weaken during these events, allowing Arctic winds to wander far south. A curious analysis once drew a connection between sudden stratospheric warming events and these dramatic cold outbreaks. Yet, scientists continue to debate whether our changing climate makes such profound wanderings more frequent across the years. Each unexpected chill that travels so far south carries whispers from the frozen, silent crowns of our Earth, inviting you to contemplate its vast atmospheric dance. You might imagine winter's snow as a simple descent from frigid skies, yet sometimes water itself fuels the greatest whiteouts. As Arctic air sweeps across the relatively warmer surface of vast lakes, it greedily siphons moisture upwards. This invisible exchange transforms the cold, dry air into a potent snow-making engine, unleashing astonishingly heavy snowfall upon downwind shores. It is as though the lake, in a silent, profound gesture, recycles its stored warmth directly into the very fabric of winter. You witness towns buried beneath feet of snow, a sudden, quiet transformation overnight. Over Lake Ontario, observers once measured these burgeoning clouds, reaching elevations higher than the tallest skyscrapers, a vertical ascent of moisture and energy. Still, scientists ponder the precise influence of subtle surface temperature gradients, debating how these unseen differences ultimately shape the formidable depth of such storms. From the calm, dark mirror of a lake, you sense chaos, blooming in a perfect seasonal rhythm, an intricate dance of elements. You might witness luminous apparitions appearing beside the sun on very cold, crisp mornings. These bright, ethereal spots, known as sundogs or parhelia, create the illusion of multiple suns. They form when sunlight passes through millions of tiny, hexagonal ice crystals suspended in the atmosphere. Light bends precisely 22 degrees as it refracts through these crystals, causing the distinct glowing patches. Ancient Arctic lore described these phenomena as celestial wolves, silently guarding the dawn and heralding weather changes. Scientists still explore how air pollution might subtly alter their delicate colors and intensity. In their shimmering, frozen symmetry, atmospheric optics and timeless human myths converge. You are watching light and ice weave a fleeting, silent story in the vast expanse above. You have watched the lightning crackle across the night sky, believing its reach finite, yet, far above the thunderheads you know, another spectacle unfolds. Vast, fleeting flashes known as sprites and jets. These elusive phenomena, first captured on film only in the 1,980 seconds, paint the upper atmosphere with silent, vibrant light. Imagine red tendrils unfurling like celestial jellyfish, or blue bursts erupting upward, seeming to dream toward the stars themselves. A fascinating NASA experiment once recorded sprites that lasted mere milliseconds, yet spanned an astonishing 50 kilometers across the dark expanse. Scientists still observe these high-altitude events with wonder, debating the precise energy sources that ignite such vast, transient displays. They are a profound whisper from the edge of space, reminding you that weather's true grandeur often hides beyond our clearest view. You might often consider the weather's grand performance in the sky, its visible storms or gentle rains. Yet, sometimes, its influence rises from beneath your very feet. The earth itself can become so saturated that hidden aquifers overflow, breathing water upwards when rainfall exceeds absorption. This creates quiet floods, a slow, deep sigh from the ground. A quirky case in England saw roads turn into tranquil ponds without a single visible stream bursting its banks. Scientists still quietly debate how urbanization alters this delicate seepage, changing the land's natural ability to absorb the sky's gifts. Not all deluges roar. Some arrive like whispers from the deep earth, a gentle reminder of weather's hidden power. You might consider how geological time holds memory, where even the very air carries echoes. Deep within colossal glaciers, you discover more than mere frozen water. Tiny, ancient air bubbles lie perfectly preserved, suspended like ethereal pearls in transparent stone. Each miniature pocket holds a breath from centuries past, a direct sample of Earth's atmosphere. You are holding time itself, captured in solid light. These trapped gas layers reveal the precise chemical makeup of ancient climates. They offer an unparalleled archive of past weather patterns. Scientists, for example, meticulously analyze Antarctic ice cores. They discern subtle signatures of past volcanic eruptions and prolonged droughts. This is achieved through the unique chemistry locked within the ice. Yet, the exact precision of these frozen archives remains a subject of ongoing debate. Researchers continually refine methods to unlock their silent stories. The past truly breathes through this ice, waiting patiently for you to listen to its whispered tales of forgotten skies. You might observe a peculiar warmth, a sudden shift in the air descending from the highest mountain slopes. These are the warm winds, born as air compresses and heats with astonishing speed while rushing down mountainsides. They can raise local temperatures by tens of degrees within just hours. It feels as though spring itself has borrowed a breath from winter's cold grasp, arriving unexpectedly. In regions like Alberta, these snow-eater winds can melt deep snow within hours, transforming landscapes. This dramatic change often lifts the spirits of those who experience their sudden, gentle warmth. Scientists still debate the full extent of their long-term influence on local ecosystems. In every warm gust, you sense a subtle promise of renewal, a quiet, almost hypnotic whisper carried on the wind. You might imagine water always flowing, yet in some places, its journey becomes an unexpected masterpiece of stillness. In the vast quiet of Arctic rivers, immense ice jams can form, halting the current's relentless push. These blockages force water to flood surrounding valleys, creating temporary lakes that then freeze solid. It is as though the river itself pauses mid-thought, a liquid memory crystallized. These events sculpt extraordinary landscapes, layered formations of translucent blue ice, shimmering under the low sunday. For centuries, satellites have quietly recorded these seasonal cycles, revealing a repeating rhythm in the same remote basins. Scientists ponder how subtle temperature shifts might disrupt these ancient frozen patterns, transforming a steady pulse into an unpredictable beat. Even in the deepest stillness of these frozen floods, the quiet forces of weather continue their intricate, hidden dance. After a distant thunderstorm fades, you might discern a distinct, sharp aroma hanging in the air. This metallic, almost clean scent is often the signature of ozone, a transient molecule born from lightning's immense energy. Lightning's powerful discharge literally tears apart oxygen molecules. This creates O3, an unstable gas that gently cleanses the atmosphere. This unique ozone lingers like a memory, a subtle echo of the storm's passage. Scientists have even meticulously recreated this identical scent signature within controlled laboratory settings. Still, the precise ways airborne microbes react to these sudden ozone surges remain a quiet, unfolding debate among researchers. Each brilliant strike subtly rewrites the air's chemistry around you. It leaves behind a profound sense of freshness, a calm aftermath of fury, beyond the winds that sweep across continents. Sometimes the air itself becomes eerily still. In deep, bowl-shaped valleys, cold, heavier air often descends and then simply lingers, refusing to disperse. This creates a suffocating blanket, trapping pollutants close to the ground in what scientists call a temperature inversion. It is as though the Earth, in these quiet hollows, momentarily forgets how to exhale, holding its breath. You might imagine the air settling like sediment, building invisible layers. A peculiar record from Los Angeles once documented layers of haze, so distinct they resembled geological strata, each telling a silent story of trapped air. Experts continue to investigate how the precise angles of surrounding mountains intensify these atmospheric traps, turning valleys into silent, breathless chambers. This stillness, thick with unseen particles, reminds us that even the air we breathe can become a heavy, unmoving presence, urging you to rest softly. You might think the sky is a simple canvas, yet sometimes it holds a hidden mirror. Light reflects between layers of warm and cold air. This creates a spectacular illusion before your eyes. Distant cities appear floating above the horizon. It feels as though reality doubles. This superior mirage, known as Fata Morgana, inspired countless sea legends. A quirky modern photo showed Arctic mountains stacked upside down. This stands as a testament to weather's playful deceit. Scientists still debate how humidity gradients refine these illusions. The very air becomes a medium for magic. The sky, in these moments, truly borrows imagination from the deep, silent sea. You feel the subtle shift in the air, a quiet turning as Earth breathes between its heartbeats. These profound celestial alignments are driven by our planet's steady axial tilt. They dictate the sun's direct path across the sky, profoundly influencing global weather patterns. Ancient structures, like the enigmatic Stonehenge, stand as silent witnesses. Their megaliths align precisely with the solstice's earliest sunrises. Scientists still debate whether these monumental designs primarily celebrated bountiful harvests or represented complex astronomical observatories. This enduring connection between Earth's grand celestial dance and the subtle shifts in the weather around you invites quiet reflection. As winter's breath chills the world, you might perceive snow as merely frozen water, a blanket of pure cold. Yet, beneath its pristine surface, a profound secret lies hidden. Snow acts as a remarkable insulator. It maintains ground temperatures near 0 degrees Celsius, even as the air above plummets far below freezing. This delicate shield protects the slumbering roots of plants and cradles hibernating life, preserving them through the harshest months. An intriguing Arctic experiment once revealed. Fox dens notably warmer under deep snowdrifts than on exposed soil. This subtle kindness of the weather still sparks debate among scientists. They continue to explore the intricate ways varying snowpack depths subtly influence entire ecosystems. Winter, in its vast whiteness, holds a quiet warmth, preserving the world's deep sleep for spring's gentle awakening. You might sense a profound stillness when winter's touch turns rain to crystal. Freezing rain droplets remain liquid as they fall, only solidifying the instant they impact a surface. This unique phenomenon creates a transparent armor, coating everything it touches in a fragile, glittering shell. Such ice can grow surprisingly thick, causing significant disruption. A quirky Canadian record once noted layers substantial enough to snap sturdy power lines like twigs. Scientists still quietly debate the precise, atmospheric micro-temperature layers that orchestrate these abrupt, glass-like transitions from liquid to solid. The sky feels as though it paints with glass, leaving entire landscapes glittering, yet dangerously fragile. Under the soft morning light, you might sense a subtle weight in the air, a whisper of journeys far beyond your sight. Every breath you take contains countless microscopic particles, some of them older than human memory. These tiny travelers, like grains of pollen or volcanic ash, have traversed continents, riding invisible currents. Imagine dust from the Sahara Desert, a landscape of ancient heat, settling gently on the pristine ice of Greenland. This peculiar journey, observed by scientists, reveals how interconnected our planet's weather truly is. Researchers still ponder how these transatlantic dust plumes might influence cloud formation or ocean temperatures far away. The wind acts as both a messenger and a keeper of time, constantly reshaping the atmospheric story. You can almost feel the echoes of distant lands drifting past. Sometimes, the sky holds a secret, a fleeting whisper within the storm's roar. You might witness ball lightning, a luminous sphere that dances briefly, untethered by gravity. It appears as a glowing orb, often silent, drifting through air before vanishing. Scientists still debate its true nature, wondering if it is a solid plasma or an optical illusion. In laboratories, researchers have created similar glowing plasma using controlled microwave energy. It feels as if a piece of the storm's raw power decided to linger, a luminous riddle in the air. This quiet, brilliant enigma reminds you of the deep wonders still hidden within our weather. As you ponder the gentle breath of the atmosphere, sometimes that breath becomes a powerful sigh. When day surrenders to twilight, the very mountains around you begin to exhale. Cold, dense air, heavier than its surroundings, spills down their slopes. It feels as if the giants of the earth are breathing out the night itself, a cool, invisible current taking hold. These katabatic winds can sweep through valleys with surprising force. They are capable of freezing an entire lake's surface within mere hours. In Antarctica's stark, icy expanses, a remote base once recorded gusts exceeding 300 kilometers per hour. Scientists still debate how terrain funnels such ferocity, turning a gentle descent into a roaring cascade. Each mountain breath, whether soft or swift, quietly sculpts the climate. It becomes a whisper in the vast, unfolding silence of the night. You have seen how the air around us can bend light, shaping the very colors of our world. As the sun dips low, its light must journey farther through our atmosphere, encountering more dust and vapor. This extended path allows shorter blue wavelengths to scatter away, leaving the longer reds and golds to reach your eyes. The entire horizon becomes a canvas of molten hues, a slow, silent fire bidding the day farewell. Yet, imagine a different sky. From Mars, you would witness a blue sunset, a stark reversal. Scientists continue to explore how the precise density and composition of airborne particles dictate such profound color shifts across planetary atmospheres. Each evening offers you this fleeting, painted spectacle, a quiet mystery fading into the night. Sometimes, the atmosphere holds wonders unseen in warmer climes. Imagine a polar dawn where moisture crystallizes directly into countless tiny ice columns. These are known as diamond dust, making the very air around you feel as though it has turned to glitter. These minuscule prisms drift slowly, each catching the nascent sunlight. They bend the light into ethereal halos and towering pillars across the horizon. A quirky photo from Siberia captured entire villages, shimmering under this quiet spectacle. Scientists still debate how specific surface temperatures trigger their birth. In that frozen shimmer, even emptiness seems to sparkle with a quiet joy, revealing weather's most delicate transformations. You might envision every storm bringing the solace of rain, a cooling embrace. Yet, in certain climates, lightning can strike from clouds where raindrops evaporate before ever reaching the ground. These are the dry thunderstorms, often igniting wildfires with their silent, fiery touch. Imagine the sky's fury, unleashed without the usual accompanying deluge, as if the clouds hold fire instead of water. Satellite images have captured thousands of these silent fires, igniting across vast desert plateaus. Scientists continue to explore the precise moisture balance that dictates when these fiery events occur. The immense power of weather reveals itself even in this absence of rain, a quiet, fiery reshaping of the land. You trace the faint lines overhead, ephemeral brushstrokes upon the vast canvas of the sky, jet contrails, delicate streaks of exhaust and ice crystals, often bloom outward, merging into expansive cirrus clouds. It is as if human ingenuity, through engines, now helps to write the very weather you experience. These artificial clouds subtly reshape sunlight's journey. They reflect some away during the day, yet trap warmth close to Earth through the night. A curious study, emerging from a period of global flight pauses, revealed a surprising truth. Daily temperature swings actually grew more pronounced without their constant presence. Scientists still gently debate the full, long-term atmospheric imprint of these vaporous rivers. Each passing plane, a silent scribe, leaves both scientific data and a fleeting poetry etched in the air you breathe. After the flurry of a storm settles, you notice a profound shift in the world around you. The heavy snowfall acts as a natural sound blanket, muffling the usual urban clamor by nearly 60%. Tiny air pockets nestled within each snowflake become miniature sound traps, absorbing echoes and lowering the world's volume. This transformation feels as though time itself has buried its voice, inviting a deep, almost primal stillness. Scientists continue to ponder whether such pervasive quiet genuinely alters your perception of reality or subtly shifts your very physiology. In this hushed, luminous landscape, a profound rest comes naturally, both to the land beneath the drifts and to the quiet listener within. You might imagine weather as a fleeting whisper, a moment passing quickly in the sky. Yet, deep within the vast Pacific, ancient oceanic currents stir, like colossal sleepers dreaming of warmth and chill. These are the El Niño and La Niña cycles, a profound, alternating rhythm governing ocean temperatures. The sea holds a deep memory, a slow pulse, influencing global climate for millennia. Scientists, using quirky coral analysis, have traced these shifts back thousands of years, revealing their persistent presence. You sense the ocean's quiet power as these sleeping storms awaken, influencing rainfall and temperatures far beyond their watery cradle. Still, why their timing shifts unpredictably remains a mystery, a subject of ongoing academic debate. The slumbering sea listens, waiting for its cue, reminding you that weather's story unfolds across vast stretches of time. You might imagine the weather simply arriving in the deepest forests, but a more intimate exchange unfolds. Rainforest storms often begin from their own rising humidity. This is a self-made weather, born from the breath of countless leaves and the forest floor itself. It is as though the jungles summon clouds by a quiet, persistent longing. Moisture rises daily from the canopy, then falls again by dusk, repeating like an ancient vital heartbeat. A quirky drone study once mapped the invisible heat spirals lifting from these towering trees. Scientists still debate how deforestation disrupts these delicate, self-sustaining pulses, altering local rainfall's rhythm. Each drop that returns is a whisper of connection. It marks a continuous embrace between the living green and the vast, open sky. Thinking about the immense currents that shape our world, you might consider the quiet power held in frozen forms. High above, where air thins and silence reigns, vast glaciers serve as vital reservoirs. These ancient ice fields, feeding rivers that sustain billions, are now visibly receding year by year. It feels as though the very sky is slowly draining its deepest reserves. A recent laser scan across the Himalayas, almost whimsical in its precision, revealed annual ice loss of billions of tons. Such vast meltwater carves new paths through rock, shaping valleys, even as it flows away into distant seas. Scientists ponder how swiftly this transformation might alter monsoon patterns, a rhythm crucial for life. The mountains themselves may stand for eons, yet their glittering crowns are undeniably thinning. You observe a slow, deliberate change, a quiet reshaping of the planet's most enduring features. You might imagine the deepest roars of a hurricane are all you can perceive. Yet, beneath the audible chaos, storms produce infrasonic waves, frequencies too low for human ears to detect. These invisible vibrations can travel thousands of kilometers across oceans. It is as if the weather itself communicates in a silent, resonant language, a rhythmic heartbeat from its core. Sensitive instruments can pick up these subtle pulses, often detecting them long before a storm's intensity shifts. Indeed, a unique array of sensors in the Caribbean once famously predicted a storm's landfall, hours ahead of conventional methods. They achieved this simply by listening to these faint, rhythmic hums. Scientists still quietly ponder the precise mechanisms that generate these profound, far-reaching warnings. The world of weather holds secrets, speaking to us in frequencies beyond our natural perception. Perhaps, even now, a distant storm whispers its intentions across the globe, unheard but deeply felt. You often think of rainbows as vibrant arcs of day, but the night holds its own delicate spectrum. Under the full glow of the moon, faint bows can form, known as moonbows. These nocturnal arcs typically appear as pale white or silver, as if color itself dreams in grayscale beneath the stars. Yet, with long exposure photography, you might uncover hidden blues and greens, colors invisible to the naked eye. There was even a curious instance documented in Hawaii, where a moonbow stretched across the volcanic mist, a ghostly arch in the humid air. Scientists still ponder the precise interplay of air moisture and the moon's angle that limits their visibility. Night often unveils what the bright day conceals, softly refracted through the profound silence. You sense the land warming swiftly beneath the sun, a stark contrast to the ocean's patient absorption. This fundamental difference in thermal capacity drives the planet's great monsoon winds, which reverse their immense flow twice each year. It feels as if the very continents are exhaling, a vast, slow breath across the land. Immense pressure shifts, spanning thousands of kilometers, push life-giving rain deep inland, then draw it back towards the sea. A curious computer model once illustrated how the towering heights of the Himalayas dramatically amplify this global breathing cycle. Yet, scientists still debate how melting ice will reshape its future balance. You perceive Earth's continents breathing in climate, a shared, colossal lung of air, constantly recalibrating its vital rhythm. As you observe the atmospheric tapestry, you might encounter light's most ethereal illusion. When sunlight pierces cold mist, a fog bow appears, a ghostly arc of pure white light. Imagine a rainbow stripped of its vibrant hues, leaving only an ethereal glow. This occurs because tiny water droplets in the fog scatter light uniformly, rather than refracting it into colors. A quirky sailor's diary from 1885 once called them moonlight woven thin. Scientists still debate how droplet size precisely alters a fogbow's brightness and delicate form. Even in its colorless beauty, this weather wonder offers a quiet, profound artistry for your gaze. You might ponder the ocean's vast, dark heart, a silent reservoir of energy. Tropical cyclones, those immense atmospheric engines, draw their formidable strength from the warmth held deep within the sea beneath them. It is as though the ocean itself fuels its own furious dance, a powerful self-sustaining cycle. This heat evaporates water, transforming it into vapor that feeds colossal clouds, ascending many kilometers into the atmosphere. A quirky, specialized drone, daring to penetrate an eye wall, once recorded 90% humidity, a nearly liquid embrace of air. Scientists still quietly debate how subtle changes in ocean temperature might influence a storm's formation and its eventual trajectory. Every passing storm, in this way, becomes an intricate equation of oceanic heat, hidden depth, and its own unfolding destiny. You sense the profound, unseen connection between the tranquil surface and the brewing tempest. As the sky shares its moisture, you witness a delicate transformation below. Each individual raindrop, striking a still lake surface, initiates a perfect, expanding circle. This tiny impact moment becomes a fleeting canvas for the heavens. It's as if the sky leans in, observing its own reflection, a silent dance of liquid light. A recent photography study, for instance, captured how overlapping waves form intricate fractal patterns. These reveal an unexpected order within the chaos. Scientists continue to explore the precise role of surface tension. They debate how droplet velocity shapes these complex interference designs. Within this fleeting geometry, you discover weather's purest artistry. It is a silent ballet of motion and serene reflection. Allow this intricate, watery canvas to soothe your gaze. You might sense the subtle shifts in air pressure, the invisible currents guiding our world. Sometimes, these currents find a voice, especially high among the peaks. Imagine standing in a mountain pass as gales rush through narrow gaps, producing an eerie howl. The very air seems to find a resonant voice, shaping itself against ancient stone. These natural formations act like immense organs, vibrating rock and ice into haunting, almost musical notes. A quirky acoustic sensor, nestled within the European Alps, once recorded these tones, echoing like ethereal flutes across the vast emptiness. Scientists still quietly debate whether these ancient, unearthly sounds inspired early myths of mountain spirits, whispering tales through the ages. Perhaps the wind truly sings, carrying both profound truths and primal fears in its single sweeping breath. You often sense the weather's subtle shifts, especially in how snow falls. Within the dense embrace of a forest, its descent becomes a cushioned ballet. Branches act as a natural buffer. Slowing each delicate flake, it feels as though the trees themselves cradle the storm, guiding its gentle drift between needles. Scientists still debate how the precise canopy structure influences accumulation patterns on the forest floor. A quirky motion study once recorded these slow descents, finding patterns that, when sped up, oddly mimicked a quiet heartbeat. The woods do not just endure winter, they choreograph its intricate, silent arrival around you. You might consider weather a dance of air and sky, a spectacle above you. Yet deep within the ocean's vast embrace, a different weather unfolds. Here, powerful currents become rivers. Vast eddies swirl like submerged hurricanes, driven by shifts in salt and temperature. Imagine whirlpools the size of cities, spinning for months in perpetual twilight. First seen by a quirky robotic probe, these thermohaline patterns, a silent ballet of density and heat, feel as if the sea dreams beneath. They actively shape the global climate, though scientists still debate their full impact. The deep sea's invisible storms sustain delicate coral, cycle vital carbon, and maintain an ancient calm. Weather never ceases, only transforms its silent expression. Allow your thoughts to drift into these hidden depths. As you contemplate the vast energies within our atmosphere, consider its most dramatic yet rhythmic expressions. Each day, lightning strikes the earth approximately 8 million times. It is a silent spectacle, a constant, unique ballet of raw power. It is as though the sky's energy rehearses infinity, each path a singular, fleeting masterpiece. A specialized satellite once mapped these electrical hotspots, revealing concentrated activity over Africa and the Amazon. Scientists still gently debate how subtle magnetic anomalies might focus these powerful atmospheric events. In every luminous strike, you perceive both destruction and renewal. It is the quiet pulse of a living planet, continually seeking its delicate equilibrium. While you observe the winds below, another kind of storm churns far above you. In the ionosphere, auroral storms spin like invisible hurricanes of charged particles. It is as though the sky itself has weather above weather, vast unseen systems of energy, a celestial ballet, unseen by the naked eye. Satellites detect their vast spirals through geomagnetic turbulence, revealing patterns that subtly mirror cyclones on Earth. Scientists still debate their full influence on communication systems, a silent force shaping our connected world. Even the vacuum and plasma of space obey nature's swirling signature, a universal dance. You can almost feel these silent currents as you drift. Beyond the grand movements of clouds, sometimes the atmosphere reveals its artistry closer to you. You might witness sunlight breaking through an uneven cloud canopy, forming visible columns. It feels as though light itself is raining down. These striking phenomena are known as crepuscular rays. The stark contrast of bright and dim air carves out these ethereal stripes, stretching dramatically toward the distant horizon. A quirky medieval belief affectionately named them Jacob's ladders, imagining them as pathways ascending to heaven. Scientists still engage in quiet debate about their precise formation. They ponder how the varying density of dust particles sharpens their luminous, otherworldly form. Light and shadow intricately weave together in these moments, transforming the air around you into a grand, silent, cathedral space. This delicate interplay of elements invites a calm reflection, showing how weather sculpts profound beauty from the unseen. You might believe you have seen the same cloud drift across the sky before. Yet, each atmospheric moment is a fleeting, singular event, never to be precisely duplicated. Consider the sheer number of molecules in a single breath of air, each interacting with countless others. Researchers often model weather systems with supercomputers. Even these powerful machines cannot perfectly replicate the infinite variables at play. This constant, subtle dance of air currents, moisture, and temperature creates an intricate tapestry. Its conditions defy exact recall. Some physicists even ponder, if given infinite time, true atmospheric repetition might occur, a cosmic echo within the universe's vastness. You are witnessing a performance that truly has no encore, a masterpiece painted anew each second. Let this thought settle gently as the world outside continues its quiet, ceaseless transformation. You feel the air on your skin, a constant, gentle presence. Yet, this atmosphere, which cradles your world, does not simply end. It stretches upward, thinning imperceptibly. Molecules drift further apart, becoming rarer than any vacuum you might imagine. A remarkable probe once detected faint atomic traces 600 kilometers above the surface. This discovery reveals how your breathable air extends much higher than once believed. Scientists still quietly debate where Earth's weather truly ceases its influence. This vast, fading expanse feels like the very breath of eternity. Each soft breeze you encounter is a part of this immense, expanding continuum, reaching towards the stars. You are always connected to the endless, silent ocean above. You have drifted through the intricate narrative of our atmosphere, a story whispered across continents and ages. It is a tale of exquisite balance, where warmth yields to cold, and motion finds its rest in stillness. You have witnessed the immense power and the gentle touch that shapes our world. Understand that weather is not merely phenomenon, but a living, breathing presence. Each gust, each drop, each ray of sunlight plays a role in this delicate equilibrium. From the instant flash of lightning to the patient crawl of a glacier, every moment in this grand cycle connects, weaving a profound rhythm across the planet. This continuous planetary dance feels like the very dreaming of Earth itself. It is expressed through the shifting pressures and the soft, persistent rain that falls and rises again. Consider this quiet truth. The very air you now draw into your lungs has journeyed across millennia. It once swirled above ancient, forgotten storms, carrying echoes of distant pasts. Scientists, with their instruments and boundless curiosity, still listen closely to the atmosphere's subtle shifts. They wonder what new melodies tomorrow's sky will compose, what secrets future winds will carry, and how these patterns will continue to evolve. Perhaps you feel a quiet understanding settling within you, a deeper connection to the vast, unseen forces that surround us, shaping every breath and every landscape. The air currents flow, carrying the planet's breath around you. If your eyes begin to grow heavy, let the gentle murmur of the wind outside your window lull you into peace. The clouds continue their slow, silent ballet across the heavens, and time moves with them, ever onward. Allow yourself to float on this current of quiet wonder. Good night.